Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new premiere here on the channel. So unfortunately I'm unable to conduct the live stream that I promised you 1 week prior to this premiere, and that's due to personal reasons. So to compensate for that, I instead have this premiere which is going to offer up a similar type of experience, because I will still be interacting with the live chat as frequently as I can. I'll be answering your guys' questions and just generally trying my hardest to get around to knowing each and every one of you. So let me know in said live chat how you're all doing. I would love to know how smooth your day is going thus far. But putting all these fourth wall breaks aside, this right here is a celebratory video. The first thing to celebrate is the fact that the biggest video on my channel has just hit 10,000 views. I want to thank you all for the daily support that video in particular receives. I regularly get new comments on that video which really brighten up my day. It's truly humbling to hear what you guys have to say from the bottom of my heart. I deeply appreciate every single one of you who've ever watched one of my videos. Words can't even begin to express my gratitude. After all, time is by far the most valuable resource, and you guys choosing to spend that with me is just such an honor. Out of the way, it's time to get to the true celebration behind this video, and that, my friends, is the fact that Christmas came early this year. That's right, the newest chase variant to add to my collection is none other than Snowbrite Stormblade. It's quite obvious to just about every single fan of the Skylanders franchise that there are at least 4 Christmas Skylanders variants, which range from the in-game variants, starting with Jolly Bumble Blast from Swap Force, working all the way up to Jingle Bells Chompy Mage from Imaginators, and having a yearly character everywhere in between, and the fact that they're shared between only 2 elements, even the life and the water element. But of course that pattern starts to dissipate as you take into account the 4 additional holiday employee exclusive chase variants, which was kicked off with the Giants Holiday Employee Edition chase variant in 2012, featuring none other than Golden Snowflock Prism Break, because nothing speaks Christmas more than golden snow apparently. Either way, in 2013 we saw the release of the Holiday Employee Exclusive chase variant known as Snow to Dash, the only one of the 4 chase variants I'm yet to own. In Trap Team we notoriously only got the 3 Crystal chase variants, so naturally for 2014 there was no Employee Holiday Exclusive chase variant. However, the Holiday Employee Exclusive chase variant did return in 2015 for Superchargers, with none other than Snowbrite Stormblade, of course the newest addition to my collection. But finally there was also Master December as the Holiday Employee Exclusive chase variant of 2016. Now, Snowbrite Stormblade over here is undeniably awesome, and it turns out that I managed to sneak in some gameplay of her without many people noticing, because in my video talking about every single Skylanders chase variant ever released, I managed to sneak in some gameplay of this particular Stormblade on Gladfly Blades, a rather glorious level for her, mind you. But the problem with that is I was attempting to go through the game on Nightmare mode with an extremely under-leveled and under-upgraded character. So what I'm gonna do to correct that error in the lack of her level and her upgraded abilities is tackle the Sky Eater in hopes of leveling her up, and better yet, teaching her some of those glorious upgrades. And speaking of teaching, I've been teaching myself how to use green screen in Premiere Pro, which is why I used the effects that I did for the beginning of the video. And what that also means is that I can have my face in the background of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate stage. That's right, Hannon Bro, which is a rather odd name for a Smash stage, but I don't care about the name because it has a green background, which means that I can cut out all of the green so that then we can have my face in the background as Donkey Kong and Bowser duke it out. Now what I find so interesting about this combination of Smash characters is that they are a combination of Skylanders that just so happen to be in Smash. Yeah, you know, the entirety of the Skylanders community has wanted Skylanders in Smash, well, practically ever since Skylanders was introduced. They thought it would be an awesome idea to see Skylanders representatives like Gilgren, Chop Chop, Ignitor, hint hint, nudge nudge. Anyway, why do we want any of those representatives when we already have the perfect representatives from Skylanders in Super Smash Bros. We have turbocharged Donkey Kong as well as Hammer Slam Bowser already in the game, so I don't think we really need to push our luck for the Skylanders representative in Smash now, do we? I think Bowser and Donkey Kong are plenty enough, even though I won't be mad if they add Crash Bandicoot. Also hit him nudge nudge. Anyway, it has been glorious watching from the background as Bowser, you know, inevitably beats out over Donkey Kong. Speaking of which, oh wait, no, he's coming back. Oh, never mind. Double headbutt for the win. So now that I'm back here with the lack of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in the background, it's time to finally tackle the Sky Eater in hopes of leveling up this character and again teaching her those valuable upgrades. So here we go with Stormblade's gameplay. We're going to start off with a dash straight into combat, mind you. Now might I remind you even that this is of course nightmare mode, so naturally I don't want to get hit once, because with Stormblade itself getting hit once would pretty much finish me off. Anyway, luckily for me I got all that speed so I can, you know, throw my blades from a distance to defeat that fool and then, you know, proceed to avoid this guy as he spins towards me, mind you. But yeah, safe. The projectile power and speed of this character is unrivaled, and you know, a level up with double that definitely does help. But I love the fact that I can electrify enemies here, you know, deal that huge amount of damage whilst they're stunned from said electrical powers. Now I did get hit by that charging brute, but so long as I'm fast, which is no problem with Stormblade whatsoever, I should avoid all hits from here on out and grab that jelly too to help compensate for the health that I've lost. Oh, I really need to take down that witch pitcher now that the name has finally came back to me, because boy are those projectiles going to get annoying. I suppose I now know what it feels like for, you know, Stormblade to defeat enemies from afar. Anyway, that brute's finally been dealt with, but we have two of them now, and believe me, this is going to take a while. Their health bars are quite high in nightmare mode, and without upgrades, Stormblade's damage output isn't the greatest, but I still can't afford to speak right here. Just look at this. What annihilation. I almost felt sorry for that guy right there, but almost on count now, is it? Oh wait, here he comes charging again. I just narrowly avoided that by the skin of one's teeth. Anyway, this guy's going to be shot at by me with several blades being launched his way. And there we go, we finally took down one for brute, so here comes the last one, but this is not going to be the final fighting scenario of this here section, you know, so hopefully we can level up sometime soon, even though leveling up in this game is a bit of a waste because we don't fully upgrade all of our health, as you saw right there. In fact, you know, perfect example. Anyway, it appears I couldn't dash straight off that bridge, I had to push the jump button. How inconvenient, game. What if I didn't want to press the jump button? Hey, did you ever consider that? Huh? Anyway, we've now hit another red button, a big red button. If in doubt, step on the big red button. Anyway, there seems to be a present for us over here, very fitting for the Christmas theme of the video. And here's some experience too. We leveled up twice. That's awesomeness at its very finest. Anyway, it's time to dash back on over here, you know, apparently destroy a crate by accident in the process. Anyway, when I said that, you know, after the brute we still have more enemies to deal with, this is exactly what I meant. Luckily for us, we got the electricity to stun these enemies so we can, you know, deal more damage from afar. We've got to be careful not to, you know, get hit by
several of these attacks. Again, this is Nightmare mode, you know, it's not the most convenient thing getting hit on Nightmare mode with how much damage the attacks deal on behalf of the enemies. But fortunately we're finally getting somewhere. Switch picture here doesn't stand a chance against the might of my blades from afar. You know, for which pictures projectiles wish they were as powerful and as speedy as Stormblade's projectiles are. Anyway, we have found ourselves a pinata over here with some sparks, which are going to go to waste because I'm already at maximum Portmaster rank up, mind you, so yes, that is inconvenience at its very finest. Anyway, before the vehicle section, we do have this secret section involving a spark lock, which I am terrible at because crap, this is the one with the blowy things, and hey, I think that's scripted enough, so we're just going to stick with that as is, because man, I hate the physics of the blowy things. In fact, I just hate the physics of these levels, period. You know, Skylanders doesn't have the greatest physics, and this right here is the finest example of just that. Now, I don't care about the sparks, I just really want to get out of here. Anyway, as I was saying about the vehicle section, I'm not actually going to show you guys the vehicle section, I'm just going to play through it and then cut out the entirety of it on the video, because this is a special video, this is a celebration video. What about vehicles implies celebration? Absolutely nothing. So I'm going to save you guys from that tyranny, and I'm going to just cut out the vehicle section. I know. You're welcome. Anyway, there's another pinata over here. Don't mind if we do. Not that we need the food beginning, but what we do need, however, is plenty of gold for the upgrades. Let's frickin' go. Anyway, we have more things to destroy, and hey, nice little sky diamond to add to our total treasure account. You know, you can't go wrong with it, and all the more glorious upgrades that we will be receiving along the way thanks to it. Anyway, it's time for me to cut out this vehicle section. Here we go. As you can tell, I had a very smooth transition with my audio right now as we head into the final portions of the Sky Eater. And hey, there's another present for us. Don't mind if we do, as we open this on up and get more sparks. That's unfortunate. I would have preferred literally anything else. Either way, apparently when I jumped on that thing, I didn't actually jump on that thing, so you know, second time's a charm. I will happily be accepting all of this glorious gold ahead of me. So yeah, we definitely acquired enough gold for a few upgrades. On this account, I have all of the winged sapphires unlocked, so we should be able to get some nice discounts on said upgrades that I'm about to teach to Stormblade right here. Let's see if her learning is as good as the mighty learning of my green screen skill. You know, for gameplay earlier on, I had some snowflakes falling on top of it thanks to my green screen skills. Either way, here comes Persephone. I'm kidding, I know it's Persephone, I just say that to trigger all of you as I go on ahead and purchase this here tertiary ability. Very useful because it means we can throw shards out in all directions, and we can even upgrade that further. So yeah, finally Stormblade's third ability is available to us, but unfortunately that final upgrade before her pass is too expensive for us. But yeah, whilst we didn't get many upgrades, unfortunately, not as many as I would have wanted, we do at least have a tertiary attack that, you know, is as powerful as it can be before tackling the pass with this character. And hey, that's one of her most useful abilities. Again, it allows her to deal with crowd control very well because she can hit enemies from all angles, so therefore you can't go wrong with that now, can you? Anyway, this section of the level before Chaos is rather short. We have this one combat scenario to deal with, and then Chaos, and we're going to be done with the heavy gameplay portion of this video, mind you. Luckily for me, I remembered where the jump button on my controller is, so avoiding these projectiles were no problem until it was a problem, because as you can tell, I just got hit. This is the classic case of Ignite speaking too soon. Anyway, we dealt with that witch picture from afar thanks to a might of electrocuting her with our blades. Anyway, there's the tertiary attack coming in use right now, taking out all of them little drow chompy thingamabobs. I mean, they aren't actually chompies, but they die in one hit, so I just compared them to chompies all the same. Anyway, there goes one of them annoying spinny dudes. I hate the indestructibility, so you know, you can say all these blades bombarding them is my revenge. So yes, just a few more enemies to take down right now. You know, we now have a magic spell punt, which I hate him so much, so it's time to take down that fool alongside all of the other fools now I think about it. You know, no one being left alive would be convenient for me. Hey, you know what else is convenient? A level up right now. Okay, let's see what else we got. We got some witch pictures, which I'm going to once again deal with from afar as I always do. Then we have this spinny dude who just really needs to die right now. So I'm going to dash away so I can maintain my distance and continue to just throw out blades at him. I keep saying blades, and you know, ironically enough, that's the name of a Skylander, mostly because there's so many Skylanders that you can wind up saying the name of one just by pure accident. Anyway, we're not looking great on health, but luckily there's 2 life spell punks over there. Not only are we going to defeat them first so they can't heal up for enemies, but we're also going to defeat them first because they're going to leave us some food once they are defeated, mind you. That's what I love about life spell punks. Not only do they heal enemies, but they also heal us when they die. It's highly convenient. Oh, I'm so glad it's dead. Well, they both are. Anyway, we now have these final brutes to deal with, and then we can take on Chaos himself. But yeah, Nightmare mode, it ain't got nothing on Stormblade. She's so broken that you don't even need all of her upgrades to absolutely annihilate your enemies right here. Even though it didn't help that I did just get hit right now, so we're going to dash up here for some food. Sweet. Okay, what else do we have here? Is Groot looking at me funny, so we're just going to keep on bombarding him with blades. Again, the name of the Trap Team core. It's not the greatest name of the core, but overall, Blaze is still a great character. I really enjoy him. I love the fact that just about every single one of his moves revolve around blades, you know, it is in the name and everything. But yeah, finally using Stormblade's blades. Hey, I've just realised that Blade is in her name in of itself. This is Bladeception for the win. But anyway, using Stormblade's blades, we've defeated the last few enemies. So now it's time, once Callie shuts up and we skip the cutscene, to deal with Chaos. So yes, it's time to start mashing the best button in the video game, the skip button, that is. So now that the cutscene is finally over and done with, we have Chaos to defeat. But even on Nightmare mode, this guy ain't going to be a problem. We should get through him without Stormblade being defeated. Keyword here is should. We never know when my traditional being bad with video game skills might pop up. And hey, it's a skill to be as bad at video games as I am, so I will take it. You know, it takes a lot of effort to be the best at something, and me being the best at being the worst is definitely an achievement. Either way, we have Stormblade's blades once again coming in clutch from a distance, and you know, Chaos is being dealt damage very quickly. Might I remind you, this is Nightmare mode, and look at how fast that health bar is going down. Plus it's orange for some reason. Yeah, we're just going to ignore the fact that health makes no sense for it to be in orange and just continue to deal damage to Chaos right here. We even have some critical hits, not that we need them, like Chaos can just be defeated without the need for critical hits. Not that I'm moaning I'm getting critical hits, I'm just saying you don't need them because this guy's so damn easy. And hopefully, having said that, I didn't just jinx myself, but knowing my luck, that's exactly what I just did. Either way, as long as I remember the jump button, all should be good because I managed to avoid all the spiky rolly things just fine. And I think spiky rolly things even is description enough, so we're just going to stick with that. And you guys are, in the words even of a mighty tough luck, to deal with it. And now that I've mispronounced tough luck as tough luck and it became a meme, I cannot wait for you to make a meme out of me mispronouncing the word, well, word. It's the most embarrassing thing for me to mispronounce. You know, murd? What the heck is a murd? For replacement for word, apparently. That one I've mispronounced it so much so that I'm stuttering. And also I'm a little bit afraid that I might embarrass myself at losing against Chaos over here. You know, sometimes I need to initiate concentration mode, so if I fall silent, that would be why. Okay, what else do we have here? What I like doing is stand in the middle and then activating the tertiary attack to hit Chaos from all quarters whilst I try to locate the real Chaos, because real Chaos is wearing the crown whereas the fake ones are not. So then as soon as I've identified that, I can go in and attack it like I just did. Anyway, now all I need to do is remember the jump button. For me, that's easier said than done. So, you know, we have Shockwaves over here, the name of my favourite Decepticon, ironically enough. Well, one of my favourites. Everyone knows that for Decepticons with waves at the end of their name are automatically more awesome than all the other ones, because Soundwave is my favourite Decepticon, but Shockwave, you know, he's a close second, I would say. They're both great characters. By great, I mean, you know, in terms of how well written they are, they're both really intimidating and just really, really cool in terms of their design, but in terms of, you know, their accomplishments and their actions, they most certainly are evil. You know, they aren't great in the slightest. So yes, now we have more fake Chaoses to deal with as I put my Transformers talk aside. One thing I love is being able to jump up and then dash continuously into Chaos. But what I don't like, however, is being hit as Chaos vanishes away and he just leaves behind one tiny spike ball that just so happens to hit me at the end of its attacking phase. You know, a few more frames later it would have just vanished without a trace. But nope, it just had to hit me, didn't it? You know, it not hitting me was too much to ask for, so I don't know why I'm asking for it. I should stop asking for it before I again jinx myself. I have a habit of doing that. Anyway, now I have these guys to deal with. Yeah, Stormblade is dealing with this battle like an absolute beast. Bone Bash Rollerball did great and the superchargers and all. But Stormblade, not even being fully upgraded here, seems to be doing even better. Like, sure, she's tackling this slow, but sometimes slow and steady wins for Wraith on this one. Even though, you know, that's roughly opposite of Stormblade's personality, you could go as far to say, and her movement style, because she's so fast and quick, especially when you take into account a secondary attack that allows her to dash forward, mind you. So yes, we have more shockwaves. This battle is just shockwaves galore, which is why, so long as you know the location of the jump button on your controller, you will be absolutely fine. But for me, as always, that's easy said and done. So now we have Chaos splitting up once again. I couldn't blame him, you know. If I was going up against Stormblade, I'd be terrified and would want to clone myself too. And once again, I seem to be struggling with my speaking. But man, will this guy just hurry up and die already? This is getting repetitive and tedious. Even though I will take this boss fight over the Darkness any day. I hate the Darkness boss fight. I hate it so much. So I'm so glad that Chaos, at least, is far more decent in comparison to him. Anyway, I do like the fact that in the background with the glass, you can see embedded upon it, like the symbols upon Chaos's head. You know, the 6 little shards almost. It just looks really cool and it's a great attention to detail. Another thing that makes this game just so admirable, like Vicarious Visions put so much detail into every nook and cranny. This game looks amazing. Just look at like the texture in here, the light and the shade in it. It just looks phenomenal. It's by far the most beautiful Skylanders game. You know, credit where credit is due. No matter how much you might dislike the vehicle combat, even though I quite like it, because at least with this game, the developers were trying something new and trying to give us a fresh take on the Skylanders franchise. So even if you don't like those, you can at least admire how strong the story is, how strong the music is, and how strong, in this case, especially the visuals are. Anyway, I seem to be getting sidetracked. It's time for me to, you know, defeat more of Chaos's evilly oversized hands. So yeah, he is invincible right now, and it didn't work out well for me because I'm not so invincible, and I got hit by the shockwave because of it. Anyway, here comes Chaos, man. I hate it when they're shielded. It's like, where are my shields? Where are they? Okay, here we go. Chaos's shockwave. Not just going to be difficult to dodge. Told you so. So, a few more attacking phases should do it. This guy will be done, and Stormblade, I believe, should level up to level 20 from how much experience you earn from Chaos and the fact that she's a pretty decent level as is for the moment being. Okay, now we've just got to wait for this attacking spree of Chaos and then we can attack him. Just got to make sure we're not hit first. Okay, here comes the shockwave. Do. I'm going to stop singing because, as always, my singing skill is terrible. Or should I say lacquer off when it comes to my singing skill, mind you. So yep, here comes more giant spike balls of doom. I'm kind of surprised that Chaos doesn't add doom to the end of them. After all, that does seem to be Chaos's favourite word. Chaos definitely seems as like the basement type who spends all day sitting in this basement playing Doom. Must be his favourite game, considering it's also his favourite word at the same time. Anyway, will this guy just die already? Yes, he can. Thank you very much, Game On, for taking every last bit of this glorious experience. But now, this all seems to be said and done with, if you were to ask me.
Again, guys, seriously, I cannot emphasize enough the fact that turbocharged Donkey Kong and Hammerslam Bowser and Super Smash Bros. You are literally watching them fight right now. You know, and better yet, they're decked out in red, which is for colour branding and the usual aesthetics of my channel. So, you know, it all feels interconnected and appropriate. You could even go as far to say, oh my gosh, Roddy, my hamster down here is so cute! Oh! Yep, that does it. You have to like the video now. You are legally obliged. You can't say no to this face right here.
Me? Oh, no. I definitely was not just exploiting my sister's hamster for likes. You can't prove anything!
That right there is a real Christmas tree. Of course I got a real Christmas tree for a Christmas video. Who dares make a Christmas video without a Christmas tree?
I have a Christmas tree.
You've got a
Christmas tree.
Yes. First of all, you're copying me from when I said I had a
Christmas tree.
People say that all the time. It's not that unique of a thing to say.
Secondly, I don't even believe you have
Christmas tree.
Have part of a
Christmas tree. Christmas tree.
You don't get to ask questions after the nonsense you pulled on Nowhere.
I just saved Quill.
We've already established that you destroying the ship that I'm on is not saving me.
When did we establish?
Like 3 seconds ago!
I wasn't listening. I was thinking of something else.
She's right, you don't get an opinion. What percentage?
I don't know. 12%.
12%?
That's a fake laugh.
It's real!
Totally fake.
That is the most real, authentic, hysterical laugh of my entire life because that is not
Christmas tree.
You're taking their side?
You know what? How about a nice lit fire whilst we're at it? Fire is within the name of a channel, mind you. It's my favourite Skylanders element. You can see it up there as the effects just start bombarding the screen. You know, so much so that I'm no doubt going to wind up crashing my PC from all of this. Whew, whew. Is it over? Is it over? I think so, but all of that joking aside, yes, this has definitely been a rather early Christmas special, but there's nothing more glorious than Christmas in May now, is there? So yes, this most certainly is a glorious Christmas chase variant of mine, and I cannot wait to conclude this video with some closer shots of her. Unfortunately, my box up here is ever so slightly damaged. You can see the cracks in it somewhat, but what I love about this character is that it carries the aesthetic from the figurine to the background artwork. You not only get to see the really contrasting greens and golds, which are real traditional Christmas colours. Of course, you know, I had an entire Christmas tree in the shot earlier that again was totally real, and that was decked in, you know, green and gold. In fact, the entirety of this character is made to look like a Christmas tree because her little blades that go along her feathers look like Christmas lights. That again is brought to the outskirts of this packaging all the way up and along, mind you. So yes, it's definitely a very uniform and very crisp looking figurine, and I love the colours so much. Just the shade of green they chose, it's so much more better than that monstrosity that they call for steel plated chase variants. In fact, they ain't chase variants, unfortunately. Those ugly colours do appear in game. But yeah, the helmet is great with its traditional details of Stormblade embedded upon it, mind you. You have the base slightly tilted based on the plastic that, you know, it's kept inside. It's Snowbrite Stormblade, Feather of the Storm of the air element. I have no idea why they translated air, because it literally translates as the exact same thing. And in the back is the usual superchargers jazz. Unfortunately, Snowbrite Stormblade does not appear in game as a variant, and it's a shame really based on how glorious this variant is. Then you have the classic 1, 2, 3, you take the Skylander, place on the portal alongside the vehicle, and then play with both of them in the game as you bring the Skylanders to life. You know, for example of supercharging can be seen before you with Stormblade and the Sky Slicer. And there's 40 plus Skylanders and vehicles to collect, with Deep Dive, Gill Grunt, Shockshot, Terrafin, Nightfall, and Astro Blast just being a few of the many examples of exactly that. But yeah, the unfortunate thing about this particular Stormblade is that despite my best endeavours in the Sky Eater, I wasn't able to get or acquire even much upgrades for her. I did at the very minimum level her up all the way up to level 20 at least, so there is that going for her. But with all this being said and done, I have one final announcement to end off a premiere with, that being the fact that I am going to be taking a break from uploading YouTube videos until June 1st. I have a lot of uni projects to deal with at the moment, and so I thought I could get all caught up with a single week's break, but unfortunately I was wrong and I need to extend said break. But fortunately the entirety of the Igniter solo run has been pre-recorded, so those episodes are still going to be going live every single Thursday, but with the exception of the Igniter solo run episodes, you're not going to be seeing any uploads until June 1st. So now that all being said and done, I will see you guys on June 1st for the return to a regular uploading schedule of mine. But until that moment arises, peace from the both of us.